again. So I haven't really got a huge amount of time today. I've only really got about an hour in the gym. I mean, I wouldn't listen to people when they say things like, if you're not in the gym for an hour and a half and you've absolutely smashed the muscle and you're not aching the next day, then it's not work. It's bollocks. It's absolute bollocks. I completely believe people like someone. Oh, I forgot his name last time. Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler said that people get too hung up on destroying the muscle that they're going to work. I mean, it's kind of changed over the years. Back then, I was Jay Cutler and that chap, that English chap, I could never remember his bloody name either. What the hell? You're on the wrong side of the road, mate. What the fuck? Dorian Yates. They both had the same theory that, I mean, I don't quite believe Dorian Yates or Jay Cutler, if I'm honest. They said that most of their sessions were like 45 minutes. I don't believe that. I really don't. There's no way that you can get a leg session in 45 minutes. There's just no way in hell. It's not possible. But oh, pardon me. Sorry. But I do believe what Jay Cutler said and Dorian Yates, that it's more about getting the pump, getting the blood flow, the rounded muscles and the blood flow into the muscles that you're working, and then getting out and fueling and feeding those muscles. You don't need to be doing a million sets. You don't need that. As long as you've torn the muscle fibers, they're going to repair, and they're going to repair bigger, as long as you're eating properly. So don't feel too bad. If you're going to the gym and you've only got 40 minutes, an hour or something like that, even half an hour, you just have to do some supersets. I mean, you're not able to, Sam Sulek says this all the time, you're not able to go in and have the perfect session every time. Sometimes you've got a little less time. Sometimes you're not feeling so good. Sometimes you're a bit dehydrated, you're a little bit tired. It is what it is. The fact and the main point is that you're going. If you're going, you're going to make gains, as long as you're doing the other stuff properly. You can't go to the gym and not eat enough food and expect to put on mass. If that's your goal. It depends what your goals are. Everyone has different goals. So what I'm trying to say is basically, don't feel too bad if you're in for like 40 minutes. As long as you're doing that 40 minutes properly. I've been in for 30 minutes before, 25, 30 minutes. I've just absolutely smashed it. No rest in between sets. So if I was doing arms on that day, I think I was doing arms. I would do bicep curls, dumbbell bicep curls, barbell curl, and hammer curls. Straight up, one after the other, like 10-second rest in between, and that's one set. 5 sets of that. That's enough for a day when you're in for only 30 minutes. It's not ideal, but it's not every time. It's not going to ruin anything. You'll definitely see an improvement from it. It's better than nothing, basically. So yeah, back in traps today. I haven't got much time, so I've been a little bit, I've gained mass and I've gained thickness, but I'm a little bit worried about my width now. My width was better before. I don't think it's got worse. I just think that my thickness has counteracted the look of the width. So it looks like I'm thinner now. So I'm going to just blitz lat pull downs. Absolutely destroy them. This gym here is big. I mean, it's okay, it's fine, but there's no cable lat pull down, and that kills me. You need a cable lat pull down, and they don't have a wide grip bar either, which is super annoying. So I'm gonna have to do pull-ups again. Might mix it up. See what we can do. So yeah, back in traps. There'll be a lot of supersets in there today. To be fair, last week I think on my last video, I've not actually. Wait, I haven't posted that one yet. So last week, I felt my body was feeling absolutely battered. So I kind of did a similar-ish thing. I still went heavy-ish, not quite as heavy. I didn't do like super heavy bent over rows or anything like that. But I went heavy. But it was more supersets. So I was focusing a little bit more on volume, which is good. I mean, this progressive overload that everyone keeps going on about, it's good. I do progressive overload, but it's not. I don't think it's something that you should absolutely stick with constantly. You got to mix. You have to mix it up. You got to mix it up. So maybe once a week or once every couple of weeks. I would say once a week, chuck a load of volume work in there, and it just keeps your body guessing. Because when you, at the end of the day, your body doesn't want to build this muscle. We are, or I am, or anyone that's doing this you're forcing your body into building this muscle when it's not what your body wants to do. Your body doesn't want that. It's inefficient. It wants to run as efficiently as possible, and shoving. That's why you have to force feed to get big. That's why you've got to eat more than you want to, because your body doesn't want to put that muscle on, so you have to. So yeah, another way that your body counteracts, I think, or what I've felt, is if you do the same thing for too long, your body gets used to it and you plateau. So the best way to keep your body guessing, personally, is to mix in things like hypertrophy, strength, and volume or rep day. I hate rep days, I'm not going to lie. I really don't like them, but they're a necessary means. You got to mix it up. I can't stand a plateau. Plateaus are the worst. Feeling like you're going to the gym and not making any gains, what's the point? I can't deal with that. I need to be moving forwards. Progress is key. That's why, yeah. So we're nearly there. Nearly at Pure Gym. We're going to smash some wide grips. I don't know how I'm going to figure that, because there isn't a fucking wide grip bar, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. We'll figure it out. But as I said, if you haven't got a huge amount of time, don't kick yourself, and it's definitely better to go than not. Unless, I mean, there are situations, for example, like if you had a really shit night's sleep, you didn't eat well the day before, you've not eaten well this day, you've not hydrated, then maybe if you've only got time for like a 40-minute session, you might need to make a judgment call, saying, look, this is maybe a better day to rest and recover. But then again, if you're resting and recovering, you've got to eat really well. It's like the days I have off after back and legs. I eat more than on the days than I'm training. Well, I try to anyway, because I already eat a lot. But yeah, so back and traps. We're going to smash this out in about 40 minutes to an hour. Wish me luck. Get those gains. So for some reason, I don't know why, my videos have gone for that back day, or for this back day. So yeah, I just chucked this one in there. For some reason, I don't know why I find this one so much more difficult, but underhand bent over row. I don't know, I don't think I ate very well this day. This wasn't that long ago, I think it was a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't very good. But anyway, back to it. Whew. Let's shut that noise up straight away. I should be wearing my seatbelt really anyway. Little double scoop. Hang on a minute, I feel a bit sick. So I didn't really I didn't have a lot of time, as I said, so I didn't have a huge amount of time to be setting up cameras and fucking around like that, so I didn't actually get many videos. I only got one. And it was a shit video as well. So yeah, but what did I do? As I said, I did do volume. I didn't go heavy. So I did some weighted pull-ups. That's the heaviest thing that I did. 20 kg dumbbell or plate. They kill me. You need a good warm-up with that sort of thing. I do some assisted pull-ups first, then body weight, then 10 kg, then 20 kg. You need a good warm-up for pull-ups. I think it's quite tough on your shoulders, especially when you're heavy. When you're tall and heavy, it's a bit of a killer. So started, the first superset was cable lat pull down. Not a proper cable machine, so it's light as fuck, but I was just doing like 16 reps, but I did that after the weighted pull-up, so I was already pretty fatigued. That works okay like that. That's not too bad. It's heavy enough, the full stack, and my gym pin on that fucking cable machine doesn't work. It's an old shitty machine, so the gym pin slanted downwards, so as soon as I put the weight on, it just slips right off. Fuck. Really annoying. So that was the first superset, and then, but I did like 8 sets of that because I wanted to blitz my lats. Well, blitz like wide grip stuff. I need more width. So yeah, I did 8 sets of that, and I couldn't physically do any more after that. I had so much blood pumping through. I felt like I was walking around pretending like I had the biggest lats on the planet. Got a decent little pump though. Yeah, so that was that, and then I went on to some machine rows, like high grip and high elbow, trying to focus more on like lower lat, lower traps, so like your middle back, middle to lower traps. I struggle to build that. I don't have good genes for that, so it doesn't build very well. Other guys you see, they're puffed out. There's no divot in their back. It's almost the opposite. Like someone like Tom Hardy, he's a very good. If anyone's seen that film Warrior or The Warrior, when him and his brother are UFC fighters, in that film he's a very good example of having fucking serious lower and middle traps. Wow, they bulge outwards. Mine goes sort of my shoulder blades, and then it goes inwards, and then shoulder blade out again. Difficult for me to grow that one, but I've been focusing on it for months. It's bigger, it's a lot better. I'm building thickness in there, but it's taking time. It doesn't grow like everything else. Everyone has that though. Everyone has something that grows well, and then something else that doesn't. And then, like Sam Sulek's shoulders, his chest and shoulder day, he doesn't do, well, I know, incline press for bench, that sort of thing. That it hits your shoulder, your front delts pretty hard, pretty well. But he doesn't do any specific shoulder press. It's all side raises and rear delts, because he builds his front delts so well. They're massive. So yeah, if you don't need to, then what's the point? You want things to be generally in proportion. So yeah, that's about it really. So that, and then so I did about 6 sets of those. I went a bit heavy. I did full stack. I went a bit heavy on that, up to full stack. The gym pin worked on that, which I was quite pleased about. So that was full stack plus 20 kg. That worked pretty nicely. I think I did like 6 sets and then 2 big drop sets. So that was that, and then I did behind the back shrugs. Now a lot of people say, "Oh, you did 4 exercises for back. It's not fucking." Come on, it's bollocks. If you can feel it, and if you feel like you've done damage, this is a lot to do with mind-muscle connection with this sort of shit. If you feel like you've done damage and you've sufficiently hit it, then what more do you need? You end up overtraining. enough traps. Only like one exercise, the behind the back shrugs. I did like only did 4 sets of that, but because I knew I wasn't able to do many, I sort of lowered I think I did it was 130 kilos, 20 reps. Just absolutely trying to destroy the muscle. Because there's only 4 sets, so I had to smash it. People say, oh, it's less endurance based. Fuck off. That's just bollocks. Just because it's endurance based, it means nothing. It doesn't mean you're not going to grow muscle. It's not ideal. It's not like hypertrophy. It's not the best thing for building mass. But when needs must, and you haven't got a lot of time, that's what you do. It is what it is. So yeah, quick little smash of back and traps. And now I've got to go back to work. Catch you in a bit.